We're here today with Alec Izarov, the founder and designer of NY77 Design. Thank you, Alec, for your time. NY77 has been dressing women around the world for the past 20 years. Alec Izarov founded NY77 Design in 1999 in New York City. The brand's cool, timeless collections are inspired by Alec's interest in architecture and modern art. Alec, what sparked your interest in fashion?
When I was a child, I started dreaming about fashion. And of course, my first garment was when I destroyed my mother's fabric and did a garment for her. Not sure, she was not very happy with it, but it's made her smile. And since then, I never stopped. As much as I remember me, I remember fabric, I remember magazines and all this interesting thing about the fashion. And I didn't dream about anything else but fashion. I decided that I'm going to be a fashion designer. And I told first time my parents about it when I was like about 6-7 years old.
How has your work evolved since you began your own label?
When I was a student in Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, I started to work for the companies who produce the biker wear. And it was extremely interesting. And especially I was lucky enough to create a jumpsuit for the Atlanta Olympic. Then few years I created the costumes for the figure skaters. They even won the Olympic Games wearing our costumes. All this time I kind of understand that it's not what I dreamed. I dreamed about my woman and how I want my woman to look. I decided that I need to open the company. I didn't understand how hard it's going to be, but I decided that that's the way I want to go. And in 1999, I have my son born and my company born. So it was like a lucky year for me.
So you spoke about how you imagine the woman that wears your fashion. Who is the woman that wears NY77 Design?
She understands what she wants. She wants to look very clean and elegant, and at the same time, very playful inside of her. It can be from 25 to 105. You know, we have woman who is 85 years old, and when we see what she's wearing from us, we're like really proud. And our women are very confident, and she knows that she looks good and she feels good because of it. But we want the woman to feel very young, and it doesn't really matter how old are you or how young are you. If your mind are young, you are young. So, and the rest is the numbers.
Architecture and fashion, I believe that's a topic for your lines. How do you make the connection?
You know, I truly believe that architecture and fashion are very connected to each other. You know, all those lines in architecture, all those shapes, it's really inspiring and really making a difference in my work. So like, just to make an example, after the Frank Gehry building, the Twisted building, we did our Twisted dress, which became like a real success. Let's say our trip to Spain and the Gaudi works inspired us to do the line with all rounded forms and very soft lines. When I'm looking on all this modern architecture, with all this clean line, interesting shapes and interesting everything, I know exactly how I want the dress to look. I want it to look clean, lean, interesting shape, something to make the woman look tall and thin, look beautiful. So I really think that architecture and fashion are like married together for a long, long time.
Aside from architecture, where else do you find inspiration for your lines, especially season after season?
You see, inspiration can be like really different. Sometimes you have a conversation with someone and it's inspired you. Sometimes you just you see some jewelry pieces or some animals, or like my trip to Africa inspired me on to create the line. There's all these colors. If you remember, a few years ago, it was like blue-green fabric, which was like changing the color. Sometimes you just reading the book. So inspiration is from everywhere. It's you walk in the street, you see somebody dressed like really unbelievable, and you remember it, and then you trying to transform it to the garment, and you're doing something what you think will work good for this person. So inspiration is everywhere. I can't tell you like just architecture inspired me or just jewelry inspired me. Everything. Let's say for this season we did like all these soft tones but strong tones, like all this wine color, all this mustard color. I will say it was inspiration from the stones, which I really like, and all these strong colors complement woman like really good. So I will say inspiration is everywhere. You just need to open your eyes and look for it.
As a creative, as a designer, it all just constantly flows through you, I imagine.
I hope so.
Now, you spoke a little bit about your fall winter 21, your new collection. Maybe tell us a bit more about what specifically inspired it, and maybe also your favorite piece or outfit from the collection.
This collection, it's a hard year for everybody, but we want to make it a little happier. That's why we decided that we want to have all the colors which we have on this collection. Usually we don't have that many colors. And that's why we brought the mustard, we brought the wine, we brought the ice blue color. We try to make it very comfortable for this season. And at the same time, we want it to be constructed. So my favorite piece, probably it's a jacket with the laser cutouts. I think it's a strong piece, and it's a piece which can talk by itself, and it's definitely need like a strong woman who gonna wear it and enjoy it. I definitely love all the pieces which we have from I don't want to say boiled wool, because it's not a boiled wool. It's a Japanese fabric which looks like boiled wool, but there is no wool there. But it's very soft. It's very nice to feel it. It's the feeling is like amazing when you're touching it. This group is very strong, I think, and very interesting and very architectural. And we did some hand work on those garments from this boiled wool. We have girl who did all the stitches by hand. This is my baby, so the whole line is my favorite. So it's for you to decide what piece you're gonna like.
Well, congratulations on a fantastic collection. It's very beautiful and it's very cheerful.
I just want to say I love you, and I meet all of you, and I hope to see all of you guys in the near future. And I hope we're gonna be able to hug, and we're gonna enjoy the company.